Who are you?
Parquet Courts from New York City, USA.
Parquet Courts, welcome to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Aw, shucks.
Who's in the Parquet Courts? Please introduce yourselves.
Well, there's myself, Andrew, Austin, Max, and Sean.
And together you are?
Parquet Courts.
And right off the bat, Parquet Courts, I have a gift for you guys.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have right here a Mike Jones LP.
Yeah, you don't grind, you don't shine. I said it once before, I'll say it one more time.
Yeah, what's the importance of Mike Jones to the Parquet Courts?
Well, he's from Texas.
And you're originally from Denton, repping the Denton, right?
I am, but he's closer to Houston. He's from Beaumont.
Yeah, I'll rep the Switcher House, Screwed Up Click any day.
You love the Texas rap.
Yeah, Third Coast, man.
And Austin, I was thinking, you love the Texas rap, so I thought I would get you some more Texas rap. A Bun B LP.
Oh, man.
Wow, to Austin. Wow.
Yeah, what does it say? Maybe you could tell the people what...
T. That stands for Big Money Texas.
Beaumont, what does it say there?
It says keep it trill.
From Bun?
From Bun B. Wow, the mayor of Houston.
To
Austin, that's me.
From the Parquet?
Courts.
Do you guys share the rap music, or is it basically Austin's domain?
Austin's definitely sort of the pro in the rap in the area of rap, but he's a good teacher when we want to listen to rap music. He's really great at putting stuff on that we all like.
And Austin, what can you say about hashtag BMT? That's where the Big Bopper is from?
Yeah, the Big Bopper would be from Beaumont. The Winter brothers, Edgar Winter and his Janis Joplin would be from Port Arthur, which is just across the tracks.
Home of Bun B.
Bun B and Pimp C, R.I.P.
And they shot, or at least they based Footloose 2 in Beaumont. Footloose 2.
Footloose 2? Well, I know that Footloose is the name, or Beaumont is the name of the town where Footloose was shot. The town where it's illegal to dance.
Thank you, Mike's mom.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Nardwuar, I got something for you in exchange. It's a poster for our show tonight.
In Vancouver, British Columbia. Oh, thank you so much. Now, could you explain a little bit about the artwork?
I drew it. It's this guy. He's struggling with something. Eventually starts to turn into bricks until he's just a full-on brick wall. And this occurring nightly part, that's just mainly it's just supposed to represent that we're going to be playing every night somewhere, for the next few months.
Your artwork is amazing, Andrew.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I wanted to go back, actually, and ask you, if we go way back in the vaults, we can pull out the Parquet Courts.
Well, this is the EP, Tally All the Things That You Broke. 5 songs.
I just love the artwork, and thank you very much for the poster. And I was thinking, I love the artwork so much, it inspires me to give you another gift.
Well, let's see it.
What it is right here is, it is a band from the 1960s called The Bees.
Oh, hell.
And now compare the artwork as you look at the different artwork there.
Busted. No, I can see the lineage of influence coming on here.
And the reason I want to pass it on, it's from Ugly Things Records. The Bees are from 1966, Covina, California. On the back, you can read all about them.
And I will.
I used to DJ that song, Voices Green and Purple, at Psychedelic Rock Night.
Yeah, so you remember the tune.
Yeah, Voices Green and Purple.
I thought it'd be amazing, since you sort of covered the artwork, that you could maybe cover the tune as well.
Well, at your suggestion, I'll definitely consider it, Nardwuar.
What do you think, though, about the artwork? Because I think it looks so close. I think it's really amazing what they did in the 60s and what you did. Can you describe anything about Andrew's artwork at all?
I like a lot of it because he uses colors really well. For instance, the red ghost on there, he's sort of actually almost like a fifth member of the band. His name's Ricky, and I just like he kind of anthropomorphizes things through his artwork, and I like that a lot. And Ricky is a great example of that, I think.
So thank you very much for the poster, because it just makes me think about art in the Parquet.
Quartz.
Now, speaking of art and stuff, do you still like zines, Andrew?
Oh, yeah, big time.
What can you tell the people about these zines, and how did they influence you growing up in Parquet Courts? Maximum Rock and Roll.
Yeah. Maximum Rock and Roll, I started subscribing to at a young age, 14 or 15, and found it in the liner notes of a record, and wrote to them to see if they still existed, and Carolyn Kennedy wrote me back saying, yes, we indeed still exist, and here is our subscription rates, and I read this sucker till college, just about.
And she still does a column for MRR.
Yeah, she sure does.
And how about underneath, the zine underneath? What do you know about the zine underneath?
Heart Attack, yeah, based out of the Bay Area, California. This one's not around anymore, but yeah, it was a big one. It was a big one for years. I believe Ken that did Ebullition Records did this zine. if I'm not incorrect.
He did indeed.
Yeah. I didn't subscribe to Heart Attack, but I picked up an issue every now and then.
And I guess further going on with zines here with the Parquet Courts, what do you remember about these particular zines at all? Do you remember them at all? Punk Planet.
Punk Planet, yeah, I came in on the tail end of that, but that was like, Punk Planet was always a little too emo for my taste. It was always kind of more on the indie rock emo kind of end of the spectrum, which I wasn't into at the time.
I want to head back to Denton,
Okay, let's go.
the Midway Mart.
Yep.
What's that all about?
It's where everybody bought beer on Friday night, and if you were partying that night and you went to the Midway Mart, you were guaranteed to see someone you knew that night. It was a meeting of minds, really.
But the Midway Mart, are there any particular beers that are good to pick up there?
Yeah, you could get like Lone Star, like 6 16-ounce cans for $4.29.
Andrew, Parquet Courts.
That's right.
I have another gift for you, Andrew, right here. It is the Source Family LP.
Oh, how sweet, man. That's Nardwuar, thank you. That's great.
What can you tell the people about Father Yod and the Source Family?
Father Yod was a charismatic leader of the Source family, started out opening the Source Family Restaurant, which is a health food restaurant in L.A., which I think there's a scene in Annie Hall that takes place there, where he asked for the mashed yeast, yeah. And eventually he kind of became a guru and had, kind of plural lovers and, I don't know, kind of got a god complex and ended up dying from a hang glider crash. Well, I should mention that the Source family were also a band, and that's kind of the important part of of this, is that they would go to public schools and kind of preach their doctrine and play this kind of really aggressive, droney psych stuff that was pretty far out for any time, but definitely then. And so I'm only assuming that this is some of their recordings.
And this is the soundtrack to the documentary, because I think you saw the documentary, didn't you?
I saw it, yeah.
And there was that rumor, too, I don't think they talked about it in the documentary, that after he died in a hand gliding accident, that he ended up being stuffed and mounted.
Hey, I wouldn't put it past him.
Want to move over now to Boston.
Massachusetts.
Sean,
Yeaton.
the Record Hospital Fest, what is that?
It's a festival that students at Harvard University put on every year. It's
WHRB?
Yeah, that's right. I think that's great. I love it. I've been a bunch of times. I've played it and have had friends who've organized it. It's a great time.
Front Street Coffee House?
That's in Salem, Massachusetts, and they make a really great iced Americano. I used to go there a lot when I was living.
Speaking of Max from Rock and Roll, ask him about his Suze Randall tattoo.
My Oh yeah, I have two from that she did. One is.
Can you show us?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, I can only show you one without. But
as you're doing that, maybe Andrew can explain.
Oh, Sue. Well, we were talking about Max from Rock and Roll earlier, and she was a former shit worker of MRR.
The outline of Massachusetts, the state. You won't find the islands on there, though. I guess she just decided to leave those ones out.
This was done by an MRR shit worker.
Well, an editor, a writer at MRR.
At the MRR house?
I'm not entirely sure.
You can't remember where you got the tattoo?
No. Oh, the tattoo I got at a place called Regeneration Records in Boston, in Allston, yeah.
And you were playing in the Striped Tiger? Can you explain about the Daniel Striped Tiger? Daniel, my brother.
That was a band I was in where I played guitar, and it was named after a character on Mr. Rogers, and it was kind of like a post-hardcore, we liked Fugazi a lot band.
And then you ended up playing Andrew's house?
Yeah, he played my house in Denton, Texas, and what can I say? I love the guy from minute one.
Has anybody come to the show and been disappointed with anything? Like, has anybody said to you anything after a show?
Yeah, one time I was wearing my Youth of Today shirt, and this guy was like, I love your shirt, but I hate your band.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, my condolences.
But feedback is good, though, right?
Sure, yeah.
Clean Plate Records.
Will Killingsworth.
Because that's a connection between the teenage cool
kids
and the Daniel my
Tiger boy.
Yeah, that's an amazing label, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Will's a really good friend of mine.
And that helped you guys come all together?
In some capacity. I think Will actually maybe was one of the first people who had introduced me to Teenage Cool Kids, and I remember he had a T-shirt, and then one summer our bands at the time were touring in a van capacity or something like that, heard Teenage Cool kids, and yeah, then I met Andrew obviously, and then we decided that we want to do a split, and between Will and another label called Protagonist, they released the split 7-inch. And so yeah, in a way, yeah, Will has a lot to do with our meeting each other.
Parquet Courts, you are on the cover right here of Beetroot in Alberta. Beetroot, Alberta. You guys are on the cover.
Oh, there we are.
And if you open it up to the anointed page right there, this is Parquet Courts opening up Beetroot, what do we see?
Well, that's us in what I consider to be probably the best picture of us ever taken, and we're being interviewed by this guy, and it's Ratso from Chicago in Chicago.
Exactly. Thank you for giving him props, because he's going uncredited in a lot of promo pics, isn't he?
I would be upset if I was Ratso.
Does Ratso know that he's in Beetroot? He's the center spread of Beetroot.
I mean, he seems like a pretty reasonable guy. I don't think he'd be too upset about that, but I don't know.
Are you still into Cocksparrow at all, Andrew?
Oh, big time. Yeah, definitely.
When did you get into them?
As a youngin, that's one of those kind of canonic punk bands that you get into off the bat. I had a mixtape that Cocksparrow was on.
I love that you're still into the cock, and I thought you need something to go with the big cock. And I have a gift for you right here, a 1967 Avalon handbill from San Francisco featuring Big
Brother in the Holding Company? Wow.
Because you love the Big Brother and the Holding Company, don't you?
I sure as shit do. Nardwuar, yeah, thanks. This is beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, sure, no problem. What can you tell the people about Big Brother? You can pull it out there. It's actually a postcard that you can mail back to your friends in Denton if you want.
Oh, I won't put this in the mail, no sir. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Well, it's got Janice in it. From Port Arthur, Texas. Moved out to San Francisco during Summer of Love. Hippie movement, and what is this, a Fillmore, or where is this at?
It's at the Avalon in San Francisco, 1967.
That's right, you said that. So yeah, I mean, this legendary band, legendary place, legendary piece of psychedelic art. Oh yeah, it's a Family Dog production. Big show promoter in the 60s, from what I've read.
Why should people care about the Parquet Courts? Why should people care?
Well, because you can't beat that good old American rock.
Well, thanks so much, Parquet Courts. Keep on rocking in the free world, and doot-doot-a-loot-doo.
B-Cam.
Yeah. There we go.